I just lowered my tax bill by $2,200, and all it took was spending 2 nights in the hospital and taking home a screaming tiny human afterward. That's right, major life update. I just had a baby. Well, my wife did, but she couldn't have done it without my moral support. This episode marks Safe for Homeschoolers.
Safe for homeschoolers.
You'll learn about that once you hit 7th grade. But you don't do grades in homeschool. Oh, you already graduated by 13? No, you didn't. Learn some calculus, jabroni.
You're being awfully mean.
Now, because of this, my algorithm lately has been filled with videos of people talking about how expensive and generally challenging it is to have a baby. So today, we're gonna take a look at what they have to say and also talk about some concrete ways to make having a baby more affordable and less overwhelming. And it will be helpful to anyone with a baby on the way, anyone who wants to have a baby one day, and anyone who once was a baby. Let's hop in.
Okay, so I just had a baby and I feel like everyone's always like, oh my gosh, babies are so expensive. I'm never gonna have kids because they're just so expensive. And honestly, nobody ever told me what was actually like expensive about babies. So I decided to actually calculate the cost of everything on my registry. This doesn't include things like diapers, formula, wipes, or birthing costs.
Okay, why would you not include diapers and wipes on the registry? It's literally the only thing you actually need. Carry on.
Like at a hospital or a birthing center. I only calculated the things that I use on a daily or a weekly basis. Here's an example of my registry, a car seat which you literally can't leave without, car seat, carrier, swaddles. I didn't necessarily go bare minimum, like I got this really fancy diaper bag, which actually real quick for any of my mom followers, look how fun and fancy this is. It has shelves. But anyways, this was the total cost of everything on my registry. And like I said, that doesn't include the daily necessities like milk, diapers, and wipes.
It's just the daily necessity. Okay. I appreciate this post from whatever her name is. Girls Talk Stocks K Kilbride. What is her name? What? K Kill? Is your name K Kill or is it K and your last name is Kilbride? Which is honestly not a great name. Oh, it's Kayla Kilbride. Okay. Still, they did you dirty with that last name. Kilbride? Whew, okay. That meant, I wonder what her maiden name was. We don't know. Or maybe she kept her original name. I don't know. It's 2025. You do you. Don't come at me. Okay, overall, she's not wrong, but truth be told, she had some fancy strollers, fancy car seats in there, and those two things will take up the majority of your registry as far as the finances go. And she talks faster than me. So you think I talk fast? Check out that video. She talks really fast. Holy crap, I couldn't keep up. What is this, a Gilmore Girls episode? I'm exhausted.
You're too fast.
All right. Next up.
All right, buddy, there you go. Those are the chicken nuggets that you literally just asked me for. I hope you enjoy them. Oh, you don't want them. Wow, I did not see that coming. I gotta tell you. Okay, well, I'm not making you any more food. Here's what you're gonna do though. You have hot chicken nuggets right in front of you, ready to go, ready to eat right now, that you just asked me for. Let me remind you. You don't want those? Fine. 10 minutes ago, you asked me to make you mac and cheese, which is now warm, not hot, but I made it for you because right before I made it, that's what you said you wanted. Remember? Okay. To the very left of that, you have chicken noodle soup, which is now cold, but I made that for you because I love you, and you also just asked me for it right before I made it for you, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not making any more food. You can take those hot chicken nuggets and put them in the cold chicken noodle soup. Maybe it'll warm it up and you'll enjoy that. No, you don't want any of those? I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Tank Sinatra. Again, you gotta hope that's his given name. Wow, that is an accurate video of a dad that I'm quite frankly scared of because clearly he works out. Even his bald head is muscly. You know what I mean? Those guys can't be reasoned with. So the fact that he's trying to negotiate with a terrorist toddler over here, very relatable. I don't understand, like they are just bipolar maniacs. Because they scream for one thing, you give them the thing, they don't want it. And that's why it's expensive to have a kid. We get the organic, free-range blueberries. For what reason? I don't know, because she's just throwing them at the dogs. And then saying, no, all done, all done, all done. I rest my case, Your Honor. Just buy the cheap blueberries. That's all I'm saying, guys. They're gonna go through them like hotcakes, and they're gonna go to waste. When you wake up to your son with a mouse trap on his head with a mouse in it, don't skip.
Welcome back to the Free Birth Control series. This is reason 246 not to have kids. That is a mouse. That is a, oh my god. I just want you to, for a second, imagine, if you can even handle it, what the process of getting this unstuck must have been like. The caption of this video said, "No worries, we got it out." Ma'am, I am worried. I have never in my life been so worried, because you're gonna have to touch the mouse. You're gonna have to touch the mouse, and then you're gonna have to peel away the hair and mess with it and touch that mouse's body. Oh my god.
What
Get
was
away
the
from me.
expletive?
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Don't have kids.
From what I can tell, this girl's entire content is all about why not to have kids. Which, why are you so obsessed with not having? That's a weird thing to be obsessed with. Like, good for you, but then go enjoy your life then. Because us parents out here, we're dying to go do something. And you're out here just at home being like, here's why you shouldn't have kids, part 148. There could be a chance that they could have a mouse in their hair, and that could be a really crazy... This doesn't happen, okay? They probably put the mouse in there and planted it to make a viral video that then you used to make another viral video. And the cycle continues. I'm talking fast now because it's a Gilmore Girls episode. This is my audition to be in Gilmore Girls.
I'm writing a letter. I can't write a letter. Why can't I write a letter? I'm wearing a green dress. I wish I was wearing my blue dress. My blue dress is at the cleaners.
Oh boy, okay. Those videos range from tongue-in-cheek to insane to flat-out cynical. And either way, they make it sound like kids are nothing more than little financial vampires that drain your wallet and keep you from living your best life. But the truth is that kids are incredible. And that is coming from someone who now has 2 of them. Now, this isn't me saying everyone should go have 5 kids tomorrow, as if that were possible for anyone besides Elon. But if you do want kids, or you've got one on the way, know that all the challenges are well worth it. Besides, even though you can never really be completely prepared emotionally for parenthood, you can absolutely be prepared financially. So let's walk through 4 of the best ways to do that. Number 1, price out the medical costs now. The hospital bill is almost always the first big financial hit that comes with a baby, and it can be a shock if you're not ready. So to prevent that from happening, get clear on what your insurance will and won't cover under maternity care. Things like epidurals, NICU stays, extra nights in the hospital. And find out if your baby automatically gets added to your healthcare plan or if you need to do it manually after they're born. This is probably as simple as a 10-minute phone call or a quick Google search. Also, this is very important. Make sure you know these 2 numbers, your deductible and your out-of-pocket maximum, aka the hospital's cover charge. Once you know those numbers, start setting money aside just for those expenses. Even if you don't wind up needing all of it, you'll be glad you had the cushion. And if you're currently following the Ramsey plan, you're trying to knock out the debt, pause. You are now in stork mode when there's a baby on the way. So just make minimum payments and stack cash as much as you can to prepare for mom and baby to come home safely. Number 2, stockpile essentials the smart way. Marketers and influencers want you to believe your baby needs every new gizmo, gadget, toy, and subscription under the sun. It's just simply not true. There are some non-negotiables like diapers, wipes, a safe car seat, and a safe place for the baby to sleep. Everything else, it's up to you how crazy you get. So how can you keep costs down? One of my favorite ways is borrowing from friends and family. A lot of gear barely gets used because babies grow up so fast and there's only so much you can handle as a parent trying to figure out new gizmos and gadgets. One day they're taking a bottle, the next they're asking you for the Wi-Fi password. And if you're my kid, at 2, she already memorized it.
Brag.
Terrible brag.
You can also shop secondhand instead of buying everything brand new. Strollers, swings, high chairs, these are great items to find used if they're in good shape, and Facebook Marketplace is my go-to. In fact, just this week, I was sent on the husband Facebook Marketplace trip to get some shelves, I don't know, toy shelves to put all the toys so we can get more toys to put in the shelves. It's a never-ending cycle. Registry discounts can also make a big difference, and many stores give you a completion discount on anything left on your registry, so take advantage of that. And no matter what, don't waste money trying to be impressive. I promise your baby does not care about a plain-themed nursery or little Air Jordans. That's for Instagram, not them. And it's a baby. They don't need shoes. What are we doing with the baby shoes? What are we doing? But you know what your baby will care about? Whether you've taken the steps necessary to ensure your personal data doesn't fall into the wrong hands online. I'm telling you, babies worry about that all the time. And the solution here is simple. It's called Delete Me, and they're a sponsor of today's video. Delete Me cleans up your digital footprint by removing your personal information from shady broker sites before they have a chance to sell it to someone who does not have the best of intentions. And that's a big deal, since online scams are getting more common and more sophisticated because of AI. And right now, you can get 20% off their annual plans, which comes out to just $9 a month. Just go to joindeleteme.com/George and make that baby happy. You can also click the link in the description. All right, back to our tips. Tip number 3, plan childcare before the due date. This is where a lot of parents get blindsided because childcare is expensive and the wait lists can be insane. More specifically, the annual median price for full day care ranges from $6,500 to over $15,000, which means you'll need to budget between $540 and $1,250 a month for care for that baby. Basically, what you'd pay for a semester of college, just without the sweatpants, beer, or insecurity.
Please stop shouting. All right. I feel like that person in the TV show.
So start looking into the cost now, not when you're tired and exhausted and smell like stale milk. Run the numbers on daycare and part-time help and figure out how much family support you will have. You should also run the math on whether the lost income from one parent staying home outweighs the cost of childcare. Sometimes it makes more sense for a parent to step back from work, at least for a season. And maybe you or your spouse really wants to stay home with your baby long term, and you need to make financial sacrifices to make that dream come true. Whatever option you choose, crunch the numbers in your budget now. Don't assume that you'll just figure it out later. And the app that I love to recommend to people is called EveryDollar. You can go in, make a fake budget with one income, and figure out what life would look like based on all of these future expenses. And if it feels real tight, now you know you need a different solution. But EveryDollar is the reality check you need, so go get the app today. I'll leave a link in the description to go check it out, or you can go to everydollar.com/George. And finally, number 4, get life insurance and make a will. I know, we just went from diapers to death real quick, but hear me out. Because if something happens to you or your spouse, you want to know that your child will be taken care of financially. So here's what to do. First, both parents should get a 15 or 20-year term life insurance policy that is worth 10 to 12 times their annual income. And if one spouse stays at home, you should still get a policy worth at least $500,000. I know what you're thinking, $500,000, this is gonna be expensive. No, my friend. Term life is super affordable. And if you want proof, I'm gonna drop a link in the description to where you can pull quotes, and it's the same folks that I got my term life through. Go check it out. And before I move on from insurance, let me just tell you, there is a lot of scummy and shady products out there in the life insurance world. So if it says whole life or permanent life, avoid it at all costs. You want term life only. And by the way, you don't need life insurance on your baby. We're not trying to replace their income unless there's some kind of baby celebrity and you rely on them to fund your life, which in that case, you go, girl. Baby celebs, where you at? Like that, the tub thumping baby? What happened to that? Chumbawamba. Bring him back. Remember that baby? That was a good baby. The dancing baby? That was the original internet. E-Bombs World, where you at, bro? All right, on top of getting term life insurance, you also need to make a will. This is not morbid, it's responsible. And it will keep your kids from being raised by your weird cousin Rick if anything should happen to you. Plus, these days, it's both incredibly easy and affordable, especially if you use an online site like Mama Bear Legal Forms. No, they're not sponsoring this video, that's just who I used. Just go to ramseysolutions.com/will or click the link in the description if you want more info. And I know it's not fun to think about, but your family will be so grateful that you handled it like an adult and had everything in writing. Now here's the bottom line. You don't need to be rich to have a baby, but you do need a plan. If you budget for medical costs, childcare, and other essentials, you'll enter parenthood with a lot more confidence and a lot less stress. So don't let the negativity online scare you. Kids don't ruin your life, but you do have to plan ahead. And that's why I made this video after having my first kid, letting you in on all the parenting secrets I wish I had known beforehand. So click here to check it out or just use the link in the description. That's it for today. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with anyone who is a baby, was a baby, or acts like a baby. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.